As I said earlier, that it's a project ongoing, and we are still getting writing proposals to get more funding to do other works on them. But Justice Seganian will side with me now. In Ghana, we have started recording a lot of cancers, childhood cancers, and all forms of organ related diseases, and most of these are as a result of this compound. An aspect is also with pesticide residues that we are also doing, and we know what pesticide residues can also do. So it's a very broad study that we need. You mentioned some parts, so we have started studying the community. As I told you in the beginning of the presentation, I even said we will try to follow up to see the levels in subsequent birth, and also monitoring the health of these mothers to see how it goes. But cancer is on the rise in Ghana, which can be linked with our food, pesticide residues, and also some of these activities. So for now,
we don't have numbers.
Now I don't have numbers from hospitals relating these things, but it is there. They are feeding their children, so we have to do something about it. You mentioned your question. You said they can cause all forms of cancers, actually. She can help you too.
No, I said all forms.
All forms of cancers. She also participated in the study. All forms of cancers, all forms of childhood cancers, apart from the cancers to learning disabilities, fertility problems.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Yeah. You know that whether this e-waste dumping is taking place legally or illegally, we know that there are some restriction or something how this has to be dumped, what kind of e-waste can be imported. Is it violating, that is, it is legally, or is it violating? That is the first question. Second, what's the action from the part of the government? Government is really thinking this is a serious issue or not?
Okay. It is done illegally. It's not allowed, but people are doing it. And they are violent, and you talk to them. Even they themselves, they don't care. Once they are making a living, they are okay. They don't care about even how they are exposing they themselves. Just as I wish you would take them on a field trip to Agbogbloshie. Just stand afar and let them have a view of how it is. It's very big. Everyone is doing his or her own thing. And a lot of work have been done there. They are not stopping. That's why I said, then if they are not stopping, we've tried a whole lot, and we are even telling them about the dangers. They are not responding to that. So I think what we can do is to rather train them to protect themselves, and also reconstruct the place to a properly engineered e-waste site, and they import everything electronic from electronic waste.
From where?
From Western countries, you know. Most of the things that people import into the country have outgone their usefulness. So they bring them, and they can't perform the task that it's supposed to. So it becomes a waste, and all of them find their way to that Agbogbloshie e-waste site. I read, or I chanced on a documentary of a school that had donation of computers from one of these Western countries, and when it came, and I think almost all their computers were not working. They were 8 to them. They weren't working, but they have been brought here. I don't know whether that was their way of also getting rid of their e-waste or whatever. But these are some of the challenges. People import all sort of things, and now it becomes a burden on us.
But how it's possible without the consent of the government? They are importing it from the foreign countries. Without the consent of the government.
Look at what I said about these donors something. I think the first thing that they should have checked was to assess to see if all these computers were working, but they didn't also do their due diligence, and it came. And some also are important things which are partially working within some few timeline. Exactly. Then it's outgone its youthfulness, and it becomes a problem on us. So I think we all, the government, journalists, and all people have to, as a researcher, I've done my part. I want the journalists and all others to also take it up for the government to also do its part.